welcome back to another episode of Behind the Scenes with Mela Couture. Today I have a special guest in the studio. We have Malanee from It's Golden Captured. Hey Malanee, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad that you took some time to talk to me about behind the scenes of the bridal industry. Okay.
Yes, I'm glad to
So
be
you
here.
yes, yes. So you actually are a wedding content creator.
Hmm.
Okay. And I love to do the behind the scenes with my wedding content creators because this is a new business that's in the bridal space that a lot of brides are just getting accustomed to. So
Yeah,
I'm so glad to just to chat with you and get your perspective and how things are going for you and your business and things like that.
yeah. Sounds
Yes,
good. Sounds good. Yeah, brides
yes,
and vendors are getting accustomed to it, right? It's new for
yes, they
everybody.
are. You are so right because when I ran across your page on Instagram, I first found you on Instagram, and I was like, "She is amazing. The work that you're putting out is so good.
Thank you.
I love all the captions, Connie. It is good. I love it. I love it." So I was
Thank
like,
you
I
so
have to have
much.
her on to see, just to talk to you a little bit about the crazy bridal space that we're in.
Yeah, definitely.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started.
Yeah, of course, of course. So again, yeah, my name is Milani. I founded It's Golden Captured, and I am the lead content creator. In fact, I'm the only media professional. I'm a one-woman
I
show
know that's right. Yes.
from admin to editing. I do it all on my own right now. And so, I use an iPhone and accompanying equipment to kind
Hmm.
of capture footage of the details, the key moments, and highlight footage from weddings, special occasions. And I even work with brands, businesses, and vendors too, because
Yeah.
sometimes wedding vendors and event
Hmm.
vendors need content as well of their skills. And so, I'm based in the DMV area, so I serve a lot
Okay.
of Maryland, DC, Virginia weddings. But, in my house, we have a passion for traveling as well. So I do open my services to destination weddings and events. So,
Yes.
wherever love takes me. But yeah, I'm excited to talk more about the wedding portion today. And you
Yeah.
want me to go into how I got started?
I would love to know what sparked your passion to become this amazing wedding content creator that you are.
Well, thank you so much. You're so kind, first of all. But when I had to think about it, I nailed it down to three key things, right? And
Okay.
that was keepsakes, creativity, and quality. And from a young age, I'll say I've loved keepsakes. I love to have something to memorialize where you've been and what you've done. And
Mm-hmm.
so now I look at digital media as a keepsake for one of the greatest moments of your life, the greatest
Mm-hmm.
season of your life, your wedding season, your wedding day. And so creativity wise, I've always been a visual learner, a visual
Me
person,
too, girl.
attracted to aesthetics and just
Hmm.
beautiful things. So what I found was that over time, I could create things that were a little more than ordinary. And when our phone cameras got really good and editing software became more user friendly,
Hmm.
I started to, experiment with different ways that, I could put visuals and art from my mind, in front of other people. And so that was just the content creation start period. But,
Wow.
from there, a friend of mine, trusted me with doing content creation for her wedding. And so from there, it's been like a snowball effect and it's blossomed into something really beautiful. And then in the quality aspect, right? So
Yes. Yes.
that is important, of course, right?
Yes. Yes.
Because yeah, if the videos aren't quality, then it's like, why hire you? Anyone could have captured this for me. One of
Exactly.
my
Yes.
grandpa with the
Yes.
shaky hands, one of my bridesmaids. So quality is super important because they're trusting me with capturing those memories on that day. And I like to be that dedicated person for them that is going to make sure that they can clearly see this special day that they've planned so much, for so long and put so much time and effort into. They get good
Absolutely.
quality footage, yes, of the
Yes.
ins and the
Hmm.
outs.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, that's something that I put a lot of time and effort into, working on my settings and getting all the right equipment. And just
Hmm.
making sure I deliver something really good for my clients. So
You're
that's
really
kind of
delicate.
the core of why I started. Yeah.
Yes, you're really dedicated. So you definitely have to, like you said, invest and then love what you're doing as well. So yeah,
Thank
I can definitely see the passion, like the passion, the love, because like I said, being a wedding content creator is a new business. So I'm glad that we have people like you who is pushing past the boundaries and showing a different perspective of, like you said, keepsake memories and things like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a different perspective.
Yes, I'm a person as well that keeps a lot of photos. Like my storage is like crazy in my phone because I keep taking so many photos
Yes.
and pictures and things. So I don't know how you
Hmm.
do it. So you must have 10 different phones. You got to, or 10 different tablets or something.
Well, so you're on one phone right now. I got this phone right here. I got one more in my bag over there. I have a few. I'll say I have a few because for different reasons. But yeah, I mean, once I transitioned from using my personal phone to a work phone, I knew that I had to
Hmm.
get a little more internal storage on it.
Hmm.
And then of course I back things up as well, in other
Yes,
ways.
yes.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's
Okay.
it's it's a lot because I'm
It's
taking
a
a lot
lot.
of
I
pictures and
know.
videos.
It's not as easy as people think it is. That's why I want to talk to you, because how do you differ from the normal way of getting photographers and videographers for your wedding? So what's the difference
Yeah.
between you and, if they want to hire, photographer, because they always have the photographer and videographers anyway. But how are you
Yeah.
different?
That's a good question. I think that's a question that a lot of the clients and couples and consumers want to know. Even the
Yes.
vendors too, the media professionals that have been in the space, they want to know what makes you different. Why
Yes,
do we
yes,
need
yes.
content
Hmm.
creators? That is a
Hmm.
big conversation. Um, but at the end of the day, of course you have your obvious differences, right? We are focused on iPhone led media,
Oh, iPhone.
because
Okay.
and so the term content creator, technically everybody on the media team is creating some form of content, right?
Okay. Okay.
Video, photo, it's all
That's true. You're
content.
right. Hmm.
But right,
Hmm.
right. But the tools that we use are different. The format, obviously, we film in vertical most times, whereas video is usually
Hmm.
landscape.
Hmm.
But also the clips are going to be shorter. Probably they're going to be pretty raw and unfiltered.
Hmm.
And besides how they look, we focus on what we capture, and what we focus on is actually different. So we focus on those raw and candid moments, the emotions, the laughter, everything that's kind of in between those posed moments. We also try to capture, and it's
Yes.
not a replacement, of course.
Yes, it's not. You're right.
Everyone knows that it's not a replacement for photography or videography, but it's just another layer that complements the media that you have. Um,
Yes.
and it tells a story in a completely different way, especially because we are there to get those truly unfiltered, authentic
Yes.
things. Like,
Hmm.
we want to see the tears, we want to see the goofy stuff, the laughs, like just those things that you can't plan. That is where wedding content truly shines, because that
Yes.
is the real behind the scenes. And that's what we display on our pages. That's what we share with our couples. That's what we give them in their final gallery that they get, which is pulling me into another big difference with wedding content creation versus the others.
I agree.
Um, there's the gallery, right, that they receive of all the raw content. You don't always receive that with videography. And so the deliverables are different. Our focus is different. Our equipment is different. But at the end of the day, our goal is the same. We're there to capture the couple and make sure they have great
Yes.
memories, to live with after their wedding day.
That's amazing, because I know a lot of photographers, when they're booking the bride and groom, typically ask for certain specific shots, like the
Yeah.
mother and father shots, the family photos and things like that. So what would typically they would ask you, besides, like, of course, the trendy things, but anything specific that a lot of bride and grooms typically go for when they hire you?
Well, I always ask for like a range of things. So for one thing, they can send me the same inspo that they sent the photographer, because it gives me a look into what kind of style they just want their memories to look like in general, right?
Okay.
But two, like from the inquiry step, I'm asking you, like, what are things that you're excited about? Are you planning any traditions into your wedding day? Like, what is the atmosphere going to be like? Because some people have like really whimsical weddings and they just
That's
want to have
true.
fun, they want to dance. Other
Mm-hmm.
ones are like, I want to have a really classic,
Right.
elegant wedding, and they want
Mm-hmm.
their content to show that, you know?
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, so it's like I try to be as clear as possible on what kind of day they intend to have overall. And then I also send them a questionnaire before the wedding day to ask them, okay, if you have any inspo, any links that maybe you want to like copy, because you know, content can sometimes have like that trendy video
Yes,
style
yes.
or like
Mm-hmm.
lip syncs, fun things. So people will ask for like maybe a transition video that's really popular with brides. You know,
Yes,
they love to do their
yes.
before and
Mm-hmm.
after, you know, before they put their dress on with the glam and the hair
Yes, yes.
and everything like that. That's a big thing. So that's kind of something that, you know, I'm there for, or brides will ask for, or it can be something more sentimental. Like, okay, they have a memorial moment for maybe loved ones who've passed away that they want captured, and they want like a video dedicated to this spot that they've, you know, made maybe in the front row of the wedding. So it's all really like different
Yes,
based
different.
on,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, based on the
Each couple.
couple,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
exactly what they want, what they like, and just the details that they've incorporated. So different things. Not everybody's like a trendy, like transition, like, you know, TikToky, dancey kind of couple. Not everyone's
Yes.
like that. And I accept that. That's fine with me.
That's
Yeah.
that what I know, right? That's true. But I feel like the world that we're in now, it is the TikToky, really Instagrammy. I don't know what it is. It's not necessarily about the wedding. I mean, the marriage. It's really
Yeah.
about how people are coming across. So I mean, I get it, but you know how that can be. It's just like I just feel like if you have some couples who are really passionate and sacred about what they want, like personally,
Hmm.
and then you have someone who's trying to duplicate something that they've seen, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes
Hmm.
it doesn't hit the same. Sometimes
Yeah.
maybe they're trying to get the same result. But so that leads me into my next question. It is in
Hmm.
reference to what is the most popular trendy TikToky really things that's happening that you're accustomed to doing now.
Got you. And you know what? Circling back to something that you just said about
Uh,
how people are trying to, like, everyone's trying to find like their viral moment or to
yeah,
emulate
yeah.
something. Like,
Hmm.
I will never in my career, my life, guarantee anybody virality.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
because
it's no guarantee. It's not. It's not.
this that's just not the angle that I want to take. I don't want anybody's expectations to be let down, and this is it's not necessarily what I'm there for. You know, I'm there to capture their memories. I'm there
Yes.
to make sure that they're hands free, they enjoy the moment, but I get the photos and videos that they want. But a lot of people, like you said, they love those trends. They want to go viral, this and that. So I'm like, we'll
Hmm.
have fun, we'll do it, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know, but let's have fun with it either way, you know?
Right.
So,
Yes.
you know, just as long as we have fun and we enjoy ourselves. But the trends that I have been seeing a lot, I think everyone has been seeing a lot. One of them, the Freakum dress, the
The
Beyonce one.
Beyonce.
That one
They play that one
will
10
never
times over,
die.
honey. I know. Girl, if I see that one more time,
The Beyonce frequency, it will never die. And
it
it's honestly
it
the
it
perfect
is. It
wedding.
is. It is.
It's literally so perfect. So you can't be mad at it.
I feel like every bride has that in the back of their mind, because they
Mhm.
see it so much. It's like I was the same
Yeah.
way. I renewed my vows last year, my 20 year, and I said this is my
Oh,
opportunity to do my Beyonce freedom
to
dress.
have your moment. Yep. Have it.
I don't
Have
even
it.
care if it went viral or not. I just wanted just to say I did it,
Just
because
to
I've
do
done
it.
it for so many
Yeah.
brides. So yeah,
Yeah, it's for the
yeah,
love of just, being girly and being cute
yes.
at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So,
And
yeah,
it's
so that one
easy. It's
is
one of the
super
easier
popular.
ones, right? It's one of the easier ones.
Yeah,
Yes. Hmm.
yeah, it is. As long as you're there in the morning, like you'll get
Yep.
all the shots with the glam and everything is super, super easy and super fun.
Mhm.
So that's a big one, along with now the fiance anthem was really big last year, 2024 and 25, where it's
Mhm.
like just like that, she's off the market.
Market. My
Um,
fiance. My fiance.
yes,
Yeah.
that one was huge the past 2 years. It's definitely died down in 2026, but that song really had its moment, and obviously it was like perfect for
It
being
was,
trendy.
yes.
The
Mhm.
lyrics and the music and everything. Um, with groomsmen, there are so many fewer trends, but the one they love is like the game day entrance. If you've seen that
Oh, I
before,
have.
you
I like
know,
that one. Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, I've done that a few times for the guys, and they seem to really enjoy that because it's like, they each get their solo moment. They come in with their garment
Right,
bags and
right.
their shades. They feel so cool, so fancy. And I'm just
Right,
like,
right.
yes, like have your moment too, because
Yes, because
the
now you're
brides get
starting to see
everything.
more grooms, right? More the groom side getting in on the TikToks.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
They do. And it's so funny because, like, a lot of times when you go into the groom's like suite or room wherever they're getting ready, they're just so quiet and like serious, and then just like, "Hey, y'all ready to start this
Liven it
video?" You know?
up some.
Yeah, like sometimes it's so funny. I found myself a couple of times having to like go turn the guys up because they're so chill, which is fine, if you want to just be chill. But I'm just like, guys, you don't want to put some music on.
Yeah,
You don't want
yeah,
to,
yeah.
just like get ready for this exciting day, maybe. I
Yes,
don't know, whatever you want to do.
yes.
So yeah, getting them, out of their comfort zone, or just, into that zone of you're a movie star right now for that trend is really nice, really fun to see. And they always know beforehand. At least the grooms usually know beforehand, so they expect it, but
Yes.
it's still like funny
It's
getting them out of
it's
their
fun.
shell
Yeah,
to get
it
in the
is.
spotlight.
It is.
Yeah, yeah, but those are some of the big ones, the really big
Yes.
ones.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's cool. I love doing the trends. I do a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
advertise the wedding content uh creator side of me when I'm doing my concierge, because
Mhm.
I get a lot of content for myself, but I still give the content to the bride, at the end. And
Mm.
it's typically those,
Mhm.
like you said, those private, intimate shots like that. A lot of the photographers and videographers don't get when like early on in the suite,
Right.
in
Yeah.
hair and
Yeah,
makeup.
because you're
So
there early. Yeah.
yeah. So when I work with a few wedding content creators, you guys
Mhm.
have a presence of just staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're there, but you're not there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Mhm.
the same as me in experiencing with the photographer. A lot of the photographers, I gotta have to push along, like, hey, you got your shot yet? Like, come on, we gotta go, and things like that. With you
Yeah.
guys, it's kind
Yeah.
of like, oh, let me just get out of the way, and you're just there. You're there, but
Yeah.
you're not there. Yeah, yeah,
I hear that, and that is one nice thing about content creation is that it doesn't always have to be the most polished shot or the most like front and center.
mhm,
You can still
mhm.
we can still kind of get what we want from different angles and different spots, because that is just the nature of it. And while I do sometimes I am getting more centered shot closer up, you get that mix, so you're
Mhm,
able to,
mhm.
when it's like, okay, like makeup needs some time, I
Yes,
could
yeah.
be over
Mhm.
here, I can get a shot from here, that's fine. I don't ever need to hog the
Just yeah,
spotlight or
yeah,
hog
yes,
the
yes, yes.
timeline or
Mhm.
anything. So yeah, we try.
I know.
I hear some things, but we try
Yeah,
our
I know.
best
I heard some
to
things.
do.
But no,
Everyone's different.
yeah, you're right. You're right. How should a couple prepare for the content creation, and what should they expect? Like when they booking you, what should they expect?
That's a good question. The first thing I would say when you're researching content creators or media providers, um, read their website very thoroughly, I would say. Because I know me specifically, I try to put as much information on my website as possible. I try to be really
Yes.
informative so that before they even inquire with me, they know what they're getting to a
Yeah.
degree, right? Without speaking to me, they have a really full sense of my services, what I offer, what vibe they'll receive. So I would say spend some time on the website, look things over before just inquiring. And,
Mhm.
you want to make your time worthwhile because a lot of people get tired of filling out the same questions on inquiry forums. So it's like,
I didn't think about that.
just
Yes.
making sure, yeah,
Mhm.
the inquiry fatigue is a real thing. Okay. So that step of preparation is key. And review their work if it's on socials and things like that. Review their
Yes.
work, make sure that you like the quality or, just different things that you see online. Um, and I think knowing what style you like
Hmm.
from just what you've seen online, or just in general with different wedding content creators, kind of honing in on what style you like, whether it's like more candid, more intentional, more
Yes.
documentary,
Yes.
storytelling, but also knowing what kind of person that you are naturally. You have to realize that, some of the shots and the posing and things will get you out of your comfort zone on your wedding day,
Hmm.
depending on what the video is like or whatever. So, you got to kind of know, like, are you camera shy? Are you more so you just want more fly on the wall stuff, or do you really want to do
Oh, okay.
this like music video style video
Like
that you
right.
saw,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
more, yeah, more posed things and stuff like that? Like, what is your personality? Because I'm going to go with what you are comfortable with at the end of the
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Not there to force anybody to do anything. So yeah, so definitely knowing what kind of person you are, and if that person, if that provider and that content creator is going to fulfill that for you, then
Yes. I
boom,
was going to
let's
say
work
that.
together. Let's
Yes.
do it. Yeah.
Alani, don't you love when they send you your own footage versus someone else's? Like
Yeah.
that's yes, that's the best. It's like, hey,
That is
you
so
did this.
nice.
Yes, you did this. I want this. It's like perfect. It's my
Yeah.
work, and it's your work, so you know that you can definitely recreate that footage.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure you've experienced that too with your,
Yes, with the design.
your
Yes, the gowns. I do.
designs and everything. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
I used to be
that
like
is a
that.
real honor.
No,
Hmm.
quit. Hmm.
I was just saying that is a real honor for someone to like be like, you did this. This is how I want it. Like, you are exactly what I'm
What
looking
I
for.
want. Yeah,
And she's
yeah.
like, perfect. Let's chat.
Yes,
Perfect.
we're
You
kin
know.
soul. It's like it's
Yeah.
no reason to feel like oh it's going it's no reason to feel like oh I hope they like it or I hope they want or
Yeah.
whatever.
No.
It's like
Yeah.
you go into it and like okay they want me what I'm saying, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show out and it's gonna be most of the time it's better than what they even expect.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good thing
Yeah.
about hiring for one a small owned business. We always go over and
Mm-hmm.
beyond for our clients.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
feel
Your
like
name is attached to it. Yeah.
yes, exactly. And it's not like
Yeah.
you're working under another umbrella of someone else. It's like, and when it's
Mm-hmm.
your child, when it's your baby, you give your all and you want every bride, every client to be happy and have
Mm-hmm.
a good end result. That's the whole reason why we're doing what we're
Yeah.
doing here. We want brides to be happy. We want us for them to find us, for us to thrive and keep on, getting into this bridal space like all the other quote unquote big wigs. We're here too. We got some stuff to show too,
Mm-hmm.
So
We
yeah,
do. We
yeah,
do. Yeah. All
but
I ever want to add is good things to a bride's wedding day. It's
yes.
already so
Hmm.
stressful and everything. So it's like, I want to be a provider that is going to assist you in whatever way that I can, to be there for you, to deliver good service. So yes, like that's why when on my consultation calls, I love to have a video consultation call
Okay.
to really like have that face-to-face interaction, the most personal you
Absolutely.
can get at the moment, so
Hmm.
that you can see like, this is the personality that I'm going to get, this is the person I'm going to get on this important, wonderful long day.
Hmm.
And so if I can't vibe with them on this call, or if they're not giving me the energy that I need, maybe I shouldn't go with them. Or if they are giving me that, okay, maybe this is the person that I want alongside me all day, because I'm with you for hours on your wedding day. So you want to be able
Exactly.
to,
I feel you.
interact well. So
Yes, that's
yeah.
I'm in that space too. So by me being the concierge of it all,
Yeah.
literally in your space, like in up in everything, like
Exactly.
literally getting
Exactly.
you
You
dressed.
spend so much time with.
Yes. Hmm.
Hmm.
So yes,
Yes.
have you seen any wedding concierges like in your like of time of working? Have you seen us like
So I've seen more. I've worked with the bridal stylist,
okay,
if that's
okay,
the same. So she was there on the wedding day, making sure her looks were together. She got her gowns on the mannequin. She puts her in them, all those kinds of things. Beyond that, a dedicated person to the bride, not necessarily. So, what else do you do for your brides on the wedding day, or is that mostly what you're doing? Is like helping
well
them get dressed and styling and.
I do. very different. I'm different from a stylist in the sense of I can sew. So I'm kind of like with you from the very beginning. So I
Mm-hmm.
design your gown. I come to you. What designer do you know that's going to come help you get dressed, make sure you're dressed properly? And then not only that,
Mm.
just making sure that the timeline is being met. I'm kind of like the middle person between the wedding coordinator and the bride, I guess, because you would
Mm-hmm.
contact me versus contacting the bridesmaid and say where's she at, what time, what's going on in the room. I'm kind
Yeah.
of like the middle person. Also, I'm kind of like the vibe, bring the party, literally party to the bridal party. Like when I come in there, like we getting the music. Like I said, you go into the men's room, it's dry. If I come into a bridal suite and it's dry, we're not
Yeah.
doing that. So
Right. Yeah, that's
right,
not what
I
we
feel
want.
I feel
Unless
like
unless she needs that quiet moment and it's like, okay, I get it. But yeah, other than
yes.
that, let's get the good vibes
Yes,
going,
like even she with the
as they
quiet
say.
moments. I've had brides that want no one in the suite, but just herself and me.
Yeah.
So those are the
Mm-hmm.
moments when I can actually just calm whatever is happening. I can make sure their phone isn't ringing because I feel like on the wedding day they're getting pulled so many different ways. Like even though the wedding coordinator should know what to do and the floor should know what to do, they're still asking. They're still
Yeah.
now let's
Yep.
they literally just don't know what to do, but they should know what to do at this point.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
just feel like
Yeah.
she's getting pulled from so many different ways that she just needs time just to focus on herself. So I'm just there just to make sure that that's
That's so
happening,
true.
just to
That's
make
so
sure
true.
that I bring a peaceful start to her wedding day, and I try my best to make everything go as smooth as I can. As I get it, things can go awry. But if I'm there, I'm going to be trying to be the fire distinguisher or whatever you want to call me for that
Yeah.
day. The bride's
Yeah.
best friend, the fairy godmother, all of it, honey. I'm pretty much there, like, so the bridal party can relax and enjoy their day as well. Like, I'm there for the bride. So if the bride needs anything,
Oh,
or my head hurts, or water, fan, I'm
yeah.
hot, makeup sweating. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I feel like you know what, to top it all off, it's like the Cinderella experience. When I first started my business, I thrived on the Cinderella experience. Like you used to literally stand there
Mm.
and I got my wand, hair, makeup, everybody come and just put you together. And
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah. So that's
Yeah. Oh, I
so
love
that's
hearing you explain that like in person.
yeah.
Um, the full like scope of what you do because that is so valuable, honestly.
Yeah. And
Just
like I
some of the
said,
things
I
you were saying.
sew.
Yeah.
So if something was to happen, on top of it,
Right.
I sew. So if the zipper
Exactly.
breaks, if the I've
Mm-hmm.
had zipper breaks, I've had she might spill some wine, or what I'm saying, she might get some makeup on her dress, or I have like
Yeah.
the perfect I have like this professional spot cleaner I use that you have to only can get from bridal shops, and things like kind of like how kind of like hairstylists have their hair products you only can get
Yeah.
from so it's the same thing with me. I have certain products that I can use. um I whip out that sewing machine so fast. I can hand sew anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Oh,
a
that's
matter
right.
of just being there when shit hits the fan, literally. So it's like
Yeah.
having bridal insurance for the wedding day. That's pretty much what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I love that. Really though. Like that's a really good role and valuable service because some of the things we're mentioning, like there's a lot of other vendors that are probably still asking questions. People are calling her. That gives the bride so much anxiety. And I feel like the bride
Yes.
experiences that a lot more than the grooms do. Um, so much more than the grooms do from what I've seen. And even sometimes the wedding party or the
Oh my
bridesmaids,
God.
they
The
have all those
party.
questions and they're like nagging them, like, what do we do here? What time should
Yep,
we? And
yep.
it's just like you're that
Girl. Yeah.
person to be in the middle and be like the wall, like she's getting this done. Okay,
Yes, yes.
relax.
She
What do you
hired
need?
me. So when I come in, I be
Yes.
like, she hired me. I'm the concierge
Yeah.
service for the day. I literally have to explain myself because again, no one
Yeah.
have seen this type of service. So I literally come in
Yeah.
and I'll
Like an
explain who I
assistant
am.
for a
Yes,
bride on the day
yes.
of.
On the day
Yeah, I
of.
love that.
Yeah. So I love that people are finally kind of starting to see the purpose and the reason for it. It's not just to be another bill on top of the bill. It's literally
Yeah.
it's really there to add value to your wedding day, which is the most important thing. You want to
Yeah.
have value. You want to experience every single thing. And if you're stressing and doing all these different things that don't need to be done, if you had someone to say, okay, snap out of it, like like,
Yeah.
like we're not doing that
Yeah.
today. We're going to get down this
Hmm.
aisle. And you know what I'm saying? This is the days you plan. and let me be the bearer of bad news. Let me be it is what
Right.
it is.
The bad guy, all
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yes, do what you got to do. I love that. Do you make content about that? Like about scenarios? That would be a really good idea. I don't know if you do it already, but like content about like scenarios that maybe have gone wrong or things that happened on the wedding day that because you were there, you were the person to avoid the bride, shield the bride from like
Yes,
experiencing it.
yes.
That's like
That's
that's
a
what
good.
people
You're
need to
right.
see.
Yes, that's a good one. I'm gonna take your
Yeah.
idea, and I'm going to not saying take your
Hmm.
idea literally, but
No, I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, do it. Do it.
but
Yes. Free
you're right,
advice.
because I do believe just talking about it is one thing, but actually seeing it in action is something different.
Yeah,
So a
absolutely.
lot of people now are visual. They want to see what they're getting. So I
Hmm.
understand. I completely understand. So I'm trying my best to get my point across. This is another reason why I started the podcast. It's not only just for me, but it's also for other vendors, bridal black
Hmm.
vendors like us who's out here doing our thing behind the scenes that people really don't know about. They
Yeah.
typically know about these the big wigs, the big bridal shops and things like that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's the people behind the scenes that really are putting in the work. So I just want people to know
That's
that,
so true.
to book us, and to know that we started this from a passion and wanted to be bigger than anyone can imagine, even for ourselves. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I would love to have seamstresses and have my own walkie talkies and have this and that going, and
A
you
whole
know
network.
having somebody in the groom suite, because
Yeah.
I do have my husband. He does do the concierge for the groom, but
I love that.
a lot of grooms are kind of like, oh, I can put my own cufflinks on. I can do, or I got my groomsmen. But it's just
Yeah.
different. It's just different to have someone there to make sure your tie's straight, like do the lint roll, get your
Yeah.
shoes shine. It's just like
Hmm.
it's just you can have the VIP treatment as well. It's not just the bride.
Right. Yeah.
You can have
I
it as
didn't
well.
even think
So
about the grooms.
yes.
Yeah.
The grooms are starting to, like I
Mm.
said, now when I see that they have more grooms participating in the wedding content that you're doing, I'm
Yeah.
starting to see that they're starting to understand the concierge of it too. Like maybe, it's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
having champagne service, and it just, what I'm saying, it's just something else to think about.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, like you said, grooms deserve VIP treatment. It's like a whole pampering
Yes,
thing,
yes, it
you
is. Yep.
know?
It's a
They oh
VIP.
yeah, they need that.
Yes, a lot of
They need
celebrities here.
that.
I'm down here in Georgia, so all of these reality stars and all of these celebrities, they do this every day. They get their glam done every day. They get their makeup done every day. They
Mm,
get people to stand there and dress, pick the clothes out for them. So it's your wedding day. Why not have someone? You can have a stylist too. You can
yeah.
have a
Yeah.
stylist, but I still can be there making sure that everything else is good. So it's like I don't want
Hmm.
to take from anything, but have all of us there: the content creator, the wedding photographer, the drone guy, the girl, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
The whole team
Yeah,
on walkie talkies.
yes.
I
we,
love that. I
yeah.
love seeing the when I'm at weddings and I see people like headsets and stuff and they're like talking.
Yeah.
I've never like had one. They never give me one, but I
Right.
just love seeing that where they're just like everybody's
That's
in
why I
order.
said
It's like a
that.
well-oiled machine, you know. Love that.
Yes,
Love that.
that's
Let's
so
get it
funny.
done.
But no. But Lonnie, how many weddings have you covered so far? And how long have you been in business?
So I started my very first wedding was about 2.5 years ago.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and my start was a little bit slow because it was just new, I'm like, okay, what
Yes,
next?
yeah,
But
yeah. The
yeah,
grind,
so
yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
So my next wedding after that was probably maybe 4 or 5 months after. But since then, in total, I've done over 45 plus weddings and wedding events. So I know I had to count because I'm just like people ask me, I'm like, well, I don't know, but I intentionally counted. I'm like, oh wow, this is
Yes.
good. Look at me.
Yes,
In two and a half
girl.
years. I'm like,
That's why I'm
I
saying,
love
like, I'm
it.
I'm praising us because we out here putting in the work. Okay. Yes.
definitely putting in the work and doing it on my own. Where it's just like if I had a team, I could do much more.
Mm-hmm.
And I could stretch
Mm-hmm.
myself thinner because sometimes you'll get those inquiries for like repeat dates. So if I had a team, we
Yes.
could
Yes.
do two weddings on one day or back to
Mm-hmm.
back this and that. But can't necessarily do that with just me. I
Yes.
need a
Yes.
break
One. I call it the one
sometimes.
man
So
bandstand. One man bandstand.
yes, very much so one man
Yes.
band. And I'm cool with it for now. I like how personal my service is. You meet me from the beginning in the consultation stage. You
See.
know who you're
Yes.
getting all
Mm-hmm.
the way through. All the things it's consistent. So I do like that personal part about it. So
Yes. It's personal.
yeah.
It's business and personal. It's in the words of
Yeah.
what's her name? Milano.
Yes, a lot of
It's
it was
business
on the
and
tip of my
personal.
tongue. Yes, it's personal. It's very personal. It's a big day. It's a very important day, personal
Yes.
day. It's not just another booking, to me. It's like, I want to be there as a person that you can trust, that you
Yes.
can rely on for
Absolutely.
help, that is really going to be there for you on this important day to make sure that you feel all the good feelings.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
very personal, very
I love
personal.
that.
And I love my brides sometimes. Like some of my brides, we still like comment. They'll comment on my videos all the time. And
Oh, yes.
they're just the sweetest. And I
Yes,
comment
they
back and
are.
I'm just
Yes.
like, let's stay in contact. I don't know if you've heard that it's like a viral trending sound where it's like, "Oh, you got Facebook?" Oh, it's like, "Oh, we'll connect," because it's like
No, I
sometimes
haven't
I just
heard
want to be
that
friends with these
one.
girls. They're so cool. Oh my gosh, I
I
have
know
to
they
send
gonna have
it
me
to you.
looking
It's
now
so
like, what she talking
funny.
about?
Actually just recorded a version of it over the weekend that I have to
Okay, I'm gonna check it
post.
out.
So
On
you'll
where?
see
On
you'll
where?
see when I post it what it
Oh, we haven't posted it
means.
yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't post it yet. I didn't post it yet. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, it's
it's
coming.
it's
It's
so
coming.
funny because sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, y'all are so cool. Love y'all. Some of them are
Yes.
just so,
I
I
love that
mean,
too.
none
It's
of
the
my brides
connection
are
that
mean
you
or
make.
anything, but it's like,
Yes, it's the
yeah.
connection that you make because at the end of the day, they might have children, they might have a sister or auntie or someone who's getting married in the near future, a cousin or
Yeah.
someone, and then you get referred. It kind of keeps the business going. That's pretty much how
Yeah.
my business started out. To be honest with you, like Maloney, it word
Really.
of mouth, word of mouth. Like it was 10 years ago for me, so Bridal Concierge wasn't the thing. Like it was literally me just doing my
Right. And how
friends
did you get
and family.
started? Okay.
Yes, friends and family. So I was always in the bridal business. I was always sewing, like bridal
Oh,
shops, things like that. Like so Davis Bridal, Nordstrom, like always sewing. But then as my friends and family started getting married, um, they would ask me, like, oh, well, what is this? What kind of bra I need? What kind of slip? What kind of this? Oh, can you help me? And so I felt
mm-hmm.
myself at everybody's wedding, like doing the corsets and
Mm-hmm.
doing doing
Yeah.
this and fixing their hair.
Yep.
And if they like the makeup girl would leave the bag, the makeup bag, and I would touch up their lips. And so I started when I was doing it unconsciously until I started being conscious about it. I said, well, this could be a thing. Like, why can't I just add this to the service? If I'm making their dresses from the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, I can follow them all the way through. So like you said, like they meet you in the consultation and then you just bring them through along the way. See what I'm saying? So they feel
Yeah.
more connected and personal because some of these brides contact you probably me a year or so out. Especially if I'm
Yeah.
making a dress, it's a year or so out. So they're seeing me months and
Right.
months and months before the wedding. Yeah. So it's a build up. So when we finally get to the day, it's like, girl, we here. So it's just like, so
Yeah.
I want to make sure that this not only your dress is going to be phenomenal, I want your day to be as phenomenal as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yes. So the connections, that's why you're saying the
Absolutely.
connection that you make is long lasting. So they will always be a fan. They will always support. They will always, and that's how you know
Yeah.
you're a good business woman because of that, because of the referrals. Referrals are the
Yeah.
biggest part of our business. The biggest part of our business
They
is
really
referrals.
are. Yeah.
Yes. So this is why I brought you on because I just wanted people just to see your face, know you, know what you're doing, like find you, have a face to the business, and things like that. So
Yeah.
where are you on the social platforms? Where can we find you?
Yeah. So I am on Instagram and TikTok,
Under
and
your name?
both, yeah, both handles are at It's Golden Captured. The it's is included. I always have to mention that. The it's is included.
I did that.
But
I did
yeah,
that
just
myself, girl. I
Instagram.
went to look for golden caption. I was like, well, where's she at? I said, oh, it's an it. I was
Yeah.
like, you're right.
The it's is included.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to include that in there. Yeah,
Okay.
so just Instagram and TikTok. Yeah. No Twitter, no Facebook, no Threads, no
What?
Pinterest as of now.
Okay. Oh, as of now. As of
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Yeah. Which one do you think? Well, because I'm trying to think like which one of these actually
It's.
would benefit my
I
business,
get what you're
like
saying. Yes.
the style of business that I have, you know? Pinterest maybe, Pinterest maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so just those for now. I network there, I post there. A lot of people find me through socials,
Yes. Yes.
Instagram and TikTok. I think Instagram heavily because obviously like when we tag all of the vendors that we work with in our
Yes. That
content,
helps. Yes.
it does help. It helps boost, they'll repost it, and
And then you
I love that
collab.
too.
You
Yeah,
collab. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
exactly. The collaborative post. So whoever's you collab with, they see it on everyone's page. And I love that part of networking too, because it's like, when a makeup artist, for example, when they have a bride who's getting married and they need a referral for someone, they'll remember that. They'll remember that I got this nice content for them, that I
Yes.
tagged them, that I was good to work with, and boom, that's a referral right there. Or a planner or someone,
Well,
that I worked
yes.
with.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure you have that same experience where people
Yes. I
are
do.
like, I love the work that you did. This
Yes.
bride needs this service.
But you know
It's
what?
great coming from vendors.
You know what
Yeah.
I've ran across. This is the first time I ever. This is the first time I ever spoke about this.
Hmm. What's going on?
I've done. I don't know, maybe about 50. So within the 10 years,
Hmm.
maybe 40. It might be lying a little bit. So 40. But um, a lot of people forget about me.
No,
I do not.
really.
I do not get tagged on a lot of vendors lists, and I don't. I don't. I don't want
Okay.
to think it's intentional. I just think
Hmm.
that the service is so new that they don't think to add the
Yeah, does it
concierge in.
register?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes the bride has the lead list. They'll have the list of all the vendors that she used, and so whoever
Hmm.
puts the lead list together, they include all the vendors. But for
Yeah.
somehow, some way, I always get missed, and I will always have to say, "Hey, I was there." Can you
Yeah.
can
Tag
you
me in the
guys add me
caption.
in? They be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So I don't know what that is or why that happens, but
Hmm.
again, another reason why I'm starting the podcast because I feel like,
That's so
like,
interesting.
so that's why a lot of times I try to get as much content as I can behind the scenes, so I will have my own content because I cannot rely on anyone else's content. I just can't. I've known that
Yeah.
throughout the years of working that I cannot rely that this person, that the vendor, that the photographer, that the hairstyle, no one is going to at me in the or even do a collab. So a lot of times when I do my
Hmm.
post, I'll do my own vendors list and I'll make sure I add all the people and things like that when
Right.
I do my post. And then sometimes it'll catch someone's attention and then they'll be like, oh, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'll go, let's say if the bride posts something and she add all the vendors. So I'll go to each vendor, and give them some love, like their stuff, follow them. And then they'll look on my page and be like, oh, she's the girl that was a concierge.
Yeah.
And then they'll follow me. And then it's like a domino effect. But again, I feel like I have to
Got
push
you.
myself. I have to push myself to say, hey, I'm here. So, I mean, you know what? I'm starting to feel like, I shouldn't really care. Sometimes you think like, oh, maybe it's just me. Like people, but I don't know. I think it's the
Hmm.
business side of me that wants to feel like just to show that hey, I'm a business owner as well. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah. I can totally understand that. And I get how that would be disheartening to continuously feel left out of the
Yeah.
posts and the credit and all the things. And to your point, like you said, it is a new role. So I don't know. I don't know how. First of all, I would never forget you. Okay, I would
Oh,
never forget to tag you.
right, right.
Would never. But I was gonna say, I don't know how you show up on wedding day if you like, do you wear like a name tag or like a
I do.
branded shirt with like bridal concierge? You do.
Hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say that is like one important thing. But two, like the only thing I could think of is like make make it like a point in your conversation when you're talking to the media people, like, oh hey, I'm the
You're
bridal
right.
concierge,
You're
how are
right.
you,
Hmm.
make sure you tag me, I would love it if you tag
I
me,
don't say
just
that. You're
verbally.
right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so it can stick with them because a lot of times, even I've found, because I will typically post content before the photographer and videographer is able to, because they just, they have to edit
Yes.
and it takes a little bit
Hmm.
longer and stuff. So I find that they'll copy and paste my exact tag list. I know because it's the same list, it's the same way, it's the same
Yeah.
wording, which is fine with me. But it's like, okay, if I know that they're just copying and pasting, I know that they're probably not looking at anything else. They're looking at what I'm doing. So if they don't have a list with your names,
They you
they'll
get
probably
missed.
copy paste it from
You
the
get
planner
missed.
or
Right.
whoever,
Yes. Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
So it's not probably always like a personal diss. They're
Yes.
just either the
Yes.
person who posted it already
Yeah.
is like, okay, they have everybody, let me copy paste so I don't have to go through and find everybody.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
they could have had a list with your name on it, but someone else posted and didn't put everyone, maybe you got left off or whatever. But I would say make that connection on the day of and just be like, hey, oh yeah, I'm the bridal concierge, nice to meet you, whatever. And like, I would love
Yes.
it if you tag me or just something, however you want to
I'm
frame
cute.
it,
I
but
try to exchange
you know,
information, and I definitely connect with the other vendors, but I don't be like, oh, at me, or because I feel like that's pushy. But I get it. Sometimes you got to say what you want and say what you mean. Yes.
you do, and you can find like the most graceful way to say it. Or you can even like be like, "Oh, I love your pictures," or like, "You're doing great. Like, I love the way you're getting that." Like, do you
Yes.
post on Instagram? Do you post here?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Would love
Follow
it
me,
if
or
you
like,
tag me. I'd
or
love
right,
to.
right.
We
Hmm.
should yeah, just something. Just slide it in there. Not like pushy. Like, make sure you
Yeah.
tag me. I'm sure you know what to do, but
Yes, I do. I do. I do. You're so right, because I definitely had this one big bride. She was an NFL bride, and I was like so happy that that was a part of the team, and so when they posted
yes,
everything, and then I got missed, I said, "Dang, what happened?" So um,
yeah,
I reached out to the bride, and she was sweet enough to be like, "Oh, girl, no," and then she went on and put me in, and a lot of times I am the
hmm
seamstress. Some of the times I am the seamstress. Like I'm literally the seamstress, like the bridal seamstress.
hmm
So, Dennis dad. So it's fine, girl.
yeah,
I've learned, like I said, I know that it's not personal. I just know that I just have to. If I feel missed, I should just say, hey, you guys, you missed out. Do you mind? And a
yeah.
lot of times they'll go back and fix it. I
hmm
just know that I just need to be more voiceful. I guess about being mentioned
Yeah.
in the post. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
simple key to it. I'm
Yep.
sure no one is missing you on purpose or anything like that, or they're just probably not recognizing that you are a separate person, separate
Yes.
role. You're a vendor,
Vendor.
right, that has
Right. Right.
contributed to the day in a specific kind of way so
Yes.
that you'd
Yes.
like that
Yes.
recognition
Yes.
because it's new. So,
Yes.
but I'm sure
Yeah.
6 months from now we will be having a different conversation in
I
your
know that's
research.
right.
So they'll be tagging you.
Yeah, I know that's right,
Yeah.
honey. You too, honey. All of us. But what advice would you give to an upcoming wedding content creator? What advice?
What advice would I give? Great question.
Hmm.
I have a couple things I would say. Some of it I kind of already mentioned, but I want to start with be a service provider. Like, don't be just someone who you take money from the client, you hand them deliverables at the end of the day. Everything that happens from your website and inquiry all the way down through delivery really matters.
Yes.
So just focus on your customer service experience from the beginning. Either whether in person, on your calls, texts, reminders, files. I get so much good feedback on how informative and thorough and user friendly and client friendly my files and service guides and different things are. I try to make it very comprehensive. So I would say invest time in making sure that your materials and things are, really thorough.
Sure.
And and it didn't always be like it wasn't always like that. I do refine my processes and things over time, but I think I've gotten into a point where it's it's set up to be super efficient for me. And so I can just focus on my craft and pouring into my clients. So I would say definitely be a service provider, be an assistant, be helpful on the day of as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I find that another good point of feedback that I get is on the day of the wedding, I'm not just there capturing things. I'm also just being helpful in any way that I can. If they need me to grab something that's behind them, or just
Yes.
fluff their dress, just whatever I can do in that moment that's
Mhm.
going to make their moment a little bit better, which I know you can attest to as
Mhm.
well. I'm not
Mhm.
doing it on the scale that you're doing, of course,
Yep.
but
Right. You are.
just being
Mhm.
a service provider, because you want to make their day, like you said, seamless,
Mm.
intentional,
Mhm.
sentimental. And
Mhm.
so they are able to block out the noise. So I'll do whatever I can to make sure that they have a good experience beyond getting the shots that I want or I need. Um, and so another piece of advice I want to say is to understand that the wedding industry has its seasons. So wedding
Yes,
content is something you have to do for the love of the craft and the people that you're
absolutely.
capturing.
Mhm.
Because business will ebb and flow. You may not
Yes.
have as many inquiries for a moment, especially when you're just starting out, because
Yes.
people don't really see your work. They don't really know what you're capable of. You don't have the word of mouth and the referral from vendors that maybe other people do.
Mhm.
So keeping that in mind is truly, truly key. Don't just use this as another money grab just because you're good at taking videos. You really need to, be a people person.
Yes. Yes, you
You
do.
got to be a people person.
Absolutely.
You
Hands
have
down.
to.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes, which I'm sure because like we both said earlier, you're spending so much time with these people on their special day. They don't want to have a bad experience with you. They don't want to be
Yes.
worried about your attitude or
Oh.
you ignoring them or
Mhm.
any of these things. You gotta be a people person. At the end of the day, you have to be a people person. You gotta show up. You gotta give good service. And of course, the obvious, be good at capturing content, have a steady hand, get good equipment, and you know, get good settings, make quality
Mhm.
videos, and be creative. Don't always
I
compare
love
what you're
that.
doing with other people. You have your own
I love that.
creativity. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Is well said. You have given me some good
Thank
advice,
you.
girl, today. Honey, yes, like girl, you're
Thank
not
you.
catching all this tea, okay? This
Hey,
is
I'm telling you, I have invested so much time and heart into my business. I'm just like, I just want it to be fruitful. I want it to be impactful. And I just don't want to just be another vendor. I want to
oh, that's
be
right.
the person that you
Mhm.
remember,
And you will. Yes, yes.
and I try. I
Yes, you are
try.
doing it, honey, because all the work that you're
Thank
putting in,
you.
like you said before, you're gonna reap your harvest. And this is a part of it. This is
Thank
me
you.
giving you flowers and saying, let you know that I see you, girl. You are out here doing it.
Thank you. I see you too. And I wish you so much growth and recognition, because they're gonna, once this bridal concierge as a in
Yes,
general
I said that. Kicks
kicks
off.
off,
Yes, like yes.
yes, you're gonna be
I'm
one
going.
of the
My husband.
OGs.
My husband always tell me like once everybody you go. He's pretty much was saying like it could be a trend for other people to try to do it, but you're always going to
Hmm.
be there because of how the grind and the work that you put in. You're not going to be like
Yeah,
it's a fly by night business. Like that's not the goal for me,
exactly.
right?
Hmm.
So that's not the goal for you. So eventually they'll catch on,
Hmm.
but who knows, girl? I probably have a big old store and be like Versace somewhere, but like, let me send her and let me next do this and let me stop.
You have
I could never.
employees.
I could never. But no, Melania,
You
thank you
never
so
know.
much. This was so good. I thank you for your time, for coming on tonight,
Thank
for talking to my
you.
peoples. And you guys, I want
Yes,
you guys just to follow my girl on all of her platforms. Okay,
please
it's Golden
do.
Caption. Yes, please do
Hmm.
follow her.
It's golden captured on
Us
TikTok and
it's Golden
Instagram.
Captured. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, on it's golden captured on TikTok and Instagram, and my website is itsgoldencaptured.com. So
Yes. Yes,
check
you
that
guys. So make
out.
sure you like, share, and subscribe. Okay, you guys to the channel. And you guys,
Yes,
I'll be back.
absolutely.
Yes, with more beautiful vendors from the bridal industry. You guys, stay tuned to the next episode of Behind the Scenes with Melika Tour. Bye.
Bye.